Welcome to Kickback with Cookie. I thought there was supposed to be an intro, so we have technical difficulties sometimes, but we don't be mad about it. Okay, we just keep on going. Welcome to Kickback with Cookie. We have another great episode for you guys. I have a special guest today. All my guests are special, but this one is special too because I have known him for a super long time. Like he is literally family. So we grew up together. So he is definitely family. And what in the we're gonna play the little intro song, and then I'm gonna bring him up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's not it. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna play the song because it's just all over places. I think somebody messed up my little folder, but we freestyle over here because that's what we do. So I'm gonna bring my guest up because we have a lot to cover. This man has come a long way in music. And when I say he's been doing music for a long time, I mean a long time. So I'm gonna bring up my guest and let him introduce himself and let tell everybody where he is from. Hi,
What up? What up?
how are you?
I'm doing great. I finally get to kick back with Cookie. I've been wanting to kick back with Cookie for so long. Yeah, I'm doing good though.
I'm glad you're here. I've been waiting on you though. You know I was gonna have you on here, bro. I'm trying to get
Hmm.
everybody on. You know what I do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I don't
Yeah,
forget about my people.
yeah.
So, can you tell
So where we
everybody who
going?
you are and where you're
Okay.
from?
All right. So I am Ricky Angles. I am from the DMV area. Of course, I was born in DC. Parents moved to Maryland, trying to move it on up. So we moved to Maryland when I was like a teenager, or right before I was a teenager. And we moved to Hyattsville and Hyattsville, Riverdale area. And of course, I went to a high school in Maryland. I went to Bladensburg High School, and then I've kind of moved around. After I graduated from high school, I moved around all over the place.
Okay. So when did you start? What made you get into music? What made you be interested in music?
Well, my family, my uncle was actually the guitar player for Herbie Hancock. So he played for Herbie Hancock for a while. So we had like a lot of instruments in the house. Of course, grandma had the piano in the front room when you walk in. So I stayed with grandma. Me and my mother lived with my grandmother for a while. So whenever any of the uncles and aunts would come over, we'd jump on the piano and do things. So that kind of sparked my love for music, period. You know what I'm saying? So when they came through, they taught me little songs to play, little things I can play to help them while they were playing. They like, you play this, and why I play that, or whatever. And I started doing that, and of course, that just built the love of music in me. So I've been playing keyboard like just by ear for the longest time.
Now that's what I kind of want to break down. So I've known you a long time, and I knew you when you were playing keyboards. And you've definitely done a lot since then. But let's start with the keyboards. When did
Okay.
you start playing a keyboard, or who was it for?
So, like I said, I've been playing around on the piano for since I was probably 2, 3 years old, just playing around on the piano. But I started playing professionally. I started playing professionally for a band called Potential. You know what I'm saying? I started playing keyboards for a go-go band that was held out of Bladensburg, the area of Bladensburg. So that's kind of where I started doing things professionally. So I was probably what, like 14 years old or something like that when that happened.
About. So,
Hmm.
guys, I've known him since Potential Band. My brother was the Congo player in Potential Band. So,
Yeah,
shout out to my brother. I'm pretty sure he's watching. I love you, Keith.
that's
Um,
right. Keith, he play Congo. His name Keith. He play Congos.
Hey, you know what? I was trying to get Chief to find that clip before we started this show today. He was like, "Man, I got that clip somewhere." He just be like,
Wow.
"My name's Chief. I play Congos." Like that sounds like my brother though. He don't have much to say. That he was like, "But that's it. Like my name
Hmm.
is Chief, and I play the Congos."
Right.
So yeah, that was funny. So potential band, you played for potential band, and then you left potential band and went where?
I left Potential Band and started playing for a band called Clicks. So it was like it was supposed to be an all girls group. So it was pretty much all girls except the drummer and the Congo player. So I
Mm,
was the Congo player in Clicks, and I was playing with a with another male drummer. He ended up his name was Leslie. He ended up playing for Rare Essence for a little while, but I ended up we were the percussion section for Clicks. So that's where I went after Potential. I started playing congos for Clicks, and I learned everything I know from Keith when it comes to the congos.
wow. That's
Yeah,
interesting. I don't think I knew that. But
yeah.
bless up to my team, Mel B and Gemini C in the chat. Bless up yourselves. Love y'all. Um, so you learned how to play the congas from Keith, and then after you left Clicks, what did you do? Where did you go?
So after I stopped playing with Clicks, I ended up playing with another band. We didn't have a name, but that's kind of where I met a longtime friend named Lamont, which I ended up bringing him to another band. I ended up bringing him to the Huckabucks late in later years, but we were playing in a band, and I was playing congos for his band as well, with another couple of neighborhood friends, my man George and a couple of people there. And then after I stopped playing congos with them, because we never did a big show. We did a lot of rehearsing, and so we never get to play like a big show. But after I stopped playing with them, I ended up playing with a band called New Experience.
Okay. And so you played with New Experience for how long?
I played with New Experience for maybe a year. It wasn't even long. So what it was is a friend of mine. I mean, of course, you know him, my man Chief Dog. He was the drummer for the group, and my man Carlos, who plays for Lit Band right now, he was the keyboard player, and I was actually there ride to rehearsal. So
Mm,
they was like, "Man, you keep taking us to the rehearsal, man, and all this type of stuff, man. You might as well just sit in." I said, "What could I do?" And Carlos was like, "Man, look, just get the cowbell and just sit on the side and man, play this. You just say, play this. Get busy, busy, get busy, get busy." And that was the first cowbell, little rhythm I learned how to play. And I ended up playing cowbell for them for a long time. I was backing up, if they was doing some chants or some raps. I was, yeah, come on. I was doing all of that for New Experience. So then, I ended up getting on the front line with them and being the cowbell player for real.
okay. Well, shout out to Chief in the chat. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
So I wanna bring up a couple of pictures really quick because so you guys can see how long that I've known Ricky.
oh snap.
So I'm just gonna show this one first. It looks like the other ones wouldn't come through. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes, I do.
So
Look,
for
that's
the
that's
record, that is me in the front.
that is Cookie in the front. That is
So
definitely
Ricky,
Cookie in the front.
Ricky
Yeah.
is like
With that far
behind.
left?
Yeah, in the front left. And my
Yeah, far
brother is
left.
on the front right. My brother
Yeah.
Keith, and then Chief is in the back, right behind me.
Yeah, yeah. He the light skinned one back there. Oh,
The
light
real,
bright.
real light skinned one.
Right. Man, so that was down we was down there by the monument. I forgot the name of the little park, the little section that they call it. But I remember being down by the monument for like a stop the violence benefit or something.
Oh yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was. Yeah, it was because didn't I think DC Scorpio performed too, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was
Yep.
it was a that was a pretty nice event actually. So
Yeah.
um So okay, so you and Chief were playing in a band, and then y'all went to the Huckabucks.
Yep. So, me, Chiefy, and Carlos were playing for New Experience, and something must have. I don't know what happened with New Experience. I don't know. They stopped playing, and Chiefy got a call from a friend of ours named Wayne Chu. He was a drummer as well, and Chu was saying that this manager named Charlie Fenwick, who was the manager of a Hot Cold Sweat and Pleasure, that he was looking for a drummer and a keyboard player. And so, of course, they both called me, Chiefy and Carlos called me like, look, we need to ride up to the spot. You know what I'm saying? I know, Charlie looking for this and boom, boom, boom. And let's just see what happened. So I rode them up there, took them up there, and they went in and did their thing. But they was asking, so what do you do? I was like, look, I play cowbell, I do some singing, so I do some rapping, I do a little bit of, whatever you need. So, what y'all need? And he was like, well, what I'm saying, we need some people on the front lines. Can you dance? I was like, yeah, I can dance. So, I'm doing my little snake and all that, doing my little moves. Yeah, I can dance. And he was like, look, can you dance and play the cowbell at the same time? I was like, yeah. I started doing the running man, playing the cowbell. I was like, yeah. So they was like, okay, boom, we like you. You know what I'm saying? Let's work. So that's what happened when we went up there to audition for the Huckabucks. So, and of course, Chiefy did his thing. He got the part, and Carlos did his thing, and he got the part as well.
All right, so I know that I'm not going to get like the whole story because I already know what the deal is. I'm family,
Hmm.
so I know what's going on. But can you tell me a little bit about your experience with the Huckabucks, like the success, and as kids, how that success affected you, or what it felt like to even feel that kind of success as a child?
Yeah, yeah. So this is the great thing. So of course, I did a lot of rehearsing with a lot of bands. Like when we've done shows and stuff like that, but it's a lot of rehearsing that you do, and the reward is is a little exciting because people kind of know your stuff, and it's okay. Like if the neighborhood people know your stuff. Put it like that, right? So when we got with the Huckabucks, we were rehearsing so much, and it felt normal. Like, okay, like this is what this is what we do. We be in here rehearsing, but he wouldn't let us play anywhere. So I was like, but I got, we got to see if this stuff worked. We got to see if, if the crowd is digging what we came up with. So when he was laying out the plan, like, look, we're gonna get y'all tight, we're gonna get y'all like uh, uh 2 sets of songs, like that y'all can play for 1 set and for 2 sets, and we're gonna learn that back and forth. Y'all gonna know it like the back of y'all hand. And then when y'all come out and y'all playing it, everybody gonna be, saying your parts, and they gonna know when the congos drop here and do that and all of that. And we was like, yeah, but let's do it. Let's get out here and do it. And I'm telling you, we rehearsed for like maybe like a year and a half, 2 years. Never played nowhere. We never played anywhere. So we was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I even told Charlie, hey, look, I know how to set up some shows. Like I'm used to setting up some shows. Back in the day, we used to set up at the Salvation Army and all the little Riverdale Recs and all the little rec centers and all that. I said, I know how to set up some shows, and I can get a lot of the buddies to come out with the honeys and all that type of stuff. And he was like, nah, we're not gonna do none of that. Like you're gonna get these sets tight, and then we'll kind of shock and all, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to set up where once y'all come out, they gonna love y'all, they gonna accept y'all, and it's gonna be what it's supposed to be. And we kind of pushed back a little bit. We didn't believe him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, he doing stuff the old way. Like we know the new way. But nah, he knew exactly what he was doing. And he said, now the kids might come and see y'all, and they may say a couple of things that y'all saying, that they might know a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But if you get a song on the radio, they'll be saying everything word for word, and let's work on those type of things. a set together, get the songs, and get them put on the radio. So when y'all come out, they, they'll know all of your words and all of this. So we was like, yeah, yeah, we young, yeah, okay, whatever. And but we knew that he was successful with both of the bands beforehand with excuse me with Pleasure and High Cold Sweat. So we was like, all right, we just gonna go with the flow. We ain't gonna mess this up. We gonna go with the flow. And I'm gonna tell you, so I said all of that to get to this point. One day I was riding out Virginia with my cousin Lucky and Cat Eye Luck from 56. And we riding out Virginia, we pull into a gas station and we listening to Flavor 1580. We just listening to, whatever's coming on, like some rap. It was a couple of go-go joints and a daggone Huckabuck song came on the radio. I mean, I was tripping. I was like, hey, this us. Cause he big cousin, so he ain't never, he knew I was rehearsing for a long time, but he ain't never know that we had something that could be on the radio. He was like, this y'all? We turn it up. We literally get out like in movies. We got out the car at the gas station. I'm dancing hard as a mug, doing the hee haw, doing everything hard as I don't know what. Sice to hear the music coming out the radio, like on the radio station, man, he's screaming like, "That's my cousin, that's my little cousin right there," and all this type of stuff. And we screaming, man. We get back in the car, they play it again. They play it again, play the same song again while we leaving. So I was like, "Oh man, this is what's up, man!" Like what I'm saying, this yeah, we hit it there. We about to be big now. But so the point is when you hear your stuff on the radio, you think that like you say, you think you Michael Jackson. You think that you done made it. Like, oh my goodness. They calling, what I'm saying, go out, we didn't have cell phones back then, but I definitely wanted to call people when I got home. But y'all listening to 1580, blah, 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 blah. And after that, they were playing it on 1580 all the time. So, so all I had to do was say, yeah, come on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Come, just tune in. You might hear a little something. It's showing up like it was playing all the time. And I went to little parties. I'm not gonna drag anything out, but I used to go to little parties and the girls there, be acting a little something something, and I be in there dancing hard, and they be like, "Oh, like you do something." I said, "Yeah, man, I play for this band called the Huckabucks. We got this joint on the radio." And they turn on the radio, turn on the joint, and I've been at a couple of parties where they was playing 1580 for the little whole go-go little set and all that type of stuff, and the song came on, and man, it is something else, man, to watch people's reaction, like, "Oh. Okay, you somebody. Okay, let me get your number." So yeah, I got a couple of numbers like that for sure.
He said, I got a couple of numbers like that.
A couple of numbers like that.
And for
Hmm.
those that you got, those of you that don't know, 1580 only played like go go, like it was like a go go station or something. So
Hmm.
way back
Hmm.
in the day. So
Hmm. It's a little bit of boom bap. They play a little bit of rap, like hip hop and stuff like that. That other people wasn't playing. That the main radio stations wasn't playing. Yeah.
all right, so you got the song on the radio, and then what happened after that? Like once it was on the radio, I guess you guys felt like you were celebrities, like Michael Jackson, like you said. So so let me just ask. I'm trying to figure out the words that the questions to ask without um y'all stay tuned because you're gonna have a documentary and all kinds of stuff coming up and soon. I can't ask him a
Hmm.
whole bunch of questions right now
Hmm.
because we want to leave some of that for that.
Right.
So what I'm gonna ask this question and we get off the Huckabucks. But what do you
All right, go
think
ahead.
was the reason that the Huckabucks separated, other than rest in peace Saquon, other than the fact that Saquon was there no longer? What do you think it was?
Well, it was a number of things because the so one of the things that Charlie told us, our manager told us, he said, when you walk in a club and right before you play, just count the heads. Count the heads, and you know what they charging at the door. They might be charging 10, they might be charging 20. You know what I'm saying? Count the heads, and you can kind of see where your money is. You know what I'm saying? Where
Mhm.
it's supposed to be. Like, oh, we got 300 kids in here that at $10 or whatever. 3,000 or whatever. So he was telling us to do that, like teaching us to do that, and
Mhm.
then it came to a point where we would, between us, we were counting heads, and the money was. He was like, "Hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, it ain't, just, hey, some money missing somewhere, man. Like, and then we was getting, everybody was in our ear telling us that it should be like this, it should be like that, and of course that kind of fueled that whole thing. And when um when it started to like kind of fall apart, I would say, it's like, people were complaining about like what they thought that they should be getting. And so people stopped showing up. People stopped showing up to the shows and stuff like that. And one of the reasons that I left, the main reason I left, is because the it just wasn't paying me enough to I just had a kid, and I was about to get married. I was living on my own, and it was a struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because we wasn't you know what I'm saying, for a little while the money wasn't coming in fast enough for me to stay on top of the bills. Like it'll come in little chunks where you can get caught up and stuff like that. But you listening to your mom and all of that, and she's saying like, you need to, hey, you got this son coming in, you know what I'm saying, to the world. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta have this together. So for me, I ended up saying, hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on my family. You know what I'm saying? I got a new young family, and I had to back away. I had to step away from the whole thing, and focus on the family. So it's like I said, that's my story. And then you got people like Saquon, that was having his whole issues with the band, and then you was having Chiefy having his issues with the band. And so when stuff like that happens, then it just kind of you know, falls apart. You try to get people in there to replace the people and stuff like that, but it's not the same. A lot of times it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to hear Rare Essence with funk. You know what I'm saying? You want to see Northeast Groovers with 32. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just not clicking like you want it to
Mhm.
be. You know what I'm saying? So people kind of fall away. You know what I'm saying? The crowd and all that type of stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
that's that story.
All right. So Chief says facts.
Yeah, I know that's right. Chief
All right.
Dog.
So, so the band fell apart, and I'm gonna ask this, and then I want to move on to the other things. If Ricky has like a whole, the whole, he's an artist. He has some other things we got to talk about. But so,
Yeah.
when you left the Huckabucks, how do you feel now about people like asking about a reunion, and there possibly is one coming, I think, or something like that. But how do you?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny that you say that because there's a lot of bands that there's a lot of go-go bands that kind of came and went, and the fact that people are still interested in wanting to hear the Huckabucks and see the Huckabucks, it's a big deal to me. Like, when people send me stuff all the time, especially if they play it on the radio, people sending me, hey, they playing your stuff, or for like somebody do a dance to a video or without music in the background, or I've had people send me clips of them playing it at the football games or the basketball games. You know what I'm saying? They like, hey, they playing your joint at the basketball game. And so, just knowing that people still want it, and it's a lot of bands that came out that, they, it's amazing that the Huckabucks are standing out amongst a lot of the groups that came out around our time and before us and after us. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So the fact that people still want it, and still asking for it and begging for it, oh, it feels real good. And yes, not too long ago, some months ago. So my man Chief Dog, Chiefy, the drummer for the Huckabucks, he has been spearheading just us, a brotherhood of us getting together and doing something. You know what I'm saying? Just not necessarily it had to be the Huckabucks coming back or anything like that, but he wanted all us to get together and do something because it's a lot of talent in the Huckabucks. It's a lot of people that are producers coming out of the Huckabucks and all of that. So So he's been, spearheading, getting the fellas together. And not too long ago, uh, the manager, Charlie, like a couple of months ago, he gave me a call. He was like, "Look, I know y'all trying to do the reunion. I know y'all trying to. I got some real big ideas. You know what I'm saying? So let me let me do my thing or whatever. Trust me on it again, and what I'm saying, let's see what we can work out." So the whole time we've been waiting for, Charlie to say, "Hey, can we do some Huckabuck stuff, or we just going to do some stuff with the brothers and just do some stuff that, just play as brothers." You know what I'm saying? So, so we waiting to hear what Charlie, or see what Charlie got up his sleeve. He said he got something up his sleeve, so I'm waiting to hear back and hear what it is, because I did tell him I was very interested.
Okay. So that sounds like it's a possibility, a good possibility that we're gonna see something, a reunion
Hmm.
or something. But
Something.
I know my brother, so I'm just gonna be quiet. But we're always cooking in the kitchen. You know, that's why my name is Cookie. I'm just playing.
That's right.
Anyway,
That's right.
so yeah, I
That's right.
support my brothers 100%, all of them, whether they're blood or not, and I think they know that. So, all
Hmm.
right, let's move on from the Huckabucks. You guys stay tuned for that. If they do decide to do it and it's actually um a set in stone thing, then we're gonna come back here and with the little brotherhood together, and we're gonna talk a little bit before the thing comes on, okay, or it happens.
Yeah,
So
that'd
let's
be
move
dope.
on, huh?
That'd be dope. Like if you can get me, Carlos, Chiefy, a couple of the guys on and talk about that. That'd be real dope. But go ahead.
I
Yeah,
happen to know all of them. I know them a
that's
little
right.
bit. I can just call them and tell them to get their ass on my show. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. They gonna
Hmm.
do it. Like I'm just playing.
Hmm.
I love my brothers and they love me, so I'm pretty sure I can get all of them on here. Just to talk a little bit before, like I said, that whatever happens, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, and I'm going to reiterate the fact that it's not set in stone. So we're going to wait until we hear something else from the group. Okay. So let's move on a little bit. So you got married,
Got married.
and
Hmm.
when you got married, you guys moved out of the
Yeah.
DMV.
Yep. Yep. So I got married early. Like I got married at like 21, 22 years old. And just trying to make everything right. I had a baby on the way, so I ended up, marrying my baby mom type of thing. So I was like trying to make everything right, and I knew it was the thing I should do. It ended up being the best thing that I could have done. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my wife have a bond. It's like, I mean, a lot of people look at their wife like a ball and chain, but me and my wife were like Bonnie and Clyde, man. We do everything together, man. We have the greatest friendship. And so, so yeah, I ended up getting married, and I ended up, me and Chiefy, we actually ended up um starting a record label, like a hip hop record label together. He and I. So once we did that, we ended up trying to expand. So what was supposed to happen is, Chiefy and another partner that we had at the time, or a few partners that we had at the time, they were going to continue to run what we were doing in Washington, D.C., because we had a studio and everything over there off of Sheriff Road by the cross street from the Ebony Inn.
Mhm,
And they were going to stay back and do that, and I was going to come to Atlanta because Atlanta was buzzing. Atlanta was jumping like I don't know what. So I was supposed to come down to Atlanta and kind of get my feet in, like into the industry down here, and like have the record label was Talented Cycle, and we was trying to do like a Talented Cycle South. And at the time, you know, um, Def Jam had a Def Jam South, and there was a couple of people that was like coming to the South to kind of like branch out
mhm,
and do like that. So we was trying to do the same thing, and so I ended up coming to Atlanta, and they about business in Atlanta. They were really about like, all right, let's figure out how to make it work. Let's do our what's the number? Okay, that number cool, blah blah blah. They're not trying to, they for me, they wasn't trying to like Jew me down like, oh man, you can't do it for. You know what I'm saying? Something about back home, and when you know people, they be like, "Oh man, you can't do the show for $100, man. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? I got to do this, I got to pay for this, and all that type of stuff, man. Let me come on through for $100." And you be like, "Man, that's gonna be gas money right there." You know what I'm saying? So to come back and forth and all of that. But when I got to Atlanta, it was a no haggling. Like you told them a price, and it was that. It was that like, all right, okay, let's figure out how to get that done. Let's get the paperwork together and do this and do that. And I made some money down here selling tracks. I literally made some money in Atlanta selling tracks. And I told my wife, I said, I'm missing some really important meetings. Like I can't get back to Atlanta as fast as as much as they calling and stuff like that. I said, I think we should go and set up and just go down there and stay and move. And she said, whatever you're trying to do, like let's run it. I said, all right, bet. So we moved to Atlanta. We moved to Atlanta and and a whole different scene popped up. So it wasn't even what I came to Atlanta to do. I came to Atlanta to do hip hop and something totally different broke out.
And what was that?
um I came here and found out that another friend of mine, the late Ican Mason, who was a drummer for OP Tribe, um,
Definitely rest in
he
peace.
was living here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was living here, and I called him and told him that I said, "Hey, I'm in Atlanta now. Like I moved down here," and he was like, "Oh, okay." I said, kind of trying to figure out where I can sell music. You know anybody that's buying music, that's looking for rappers or whatever." And he was like, "Well, I got a band, man. So come to rehearsal, and you good, man. It's all good." I was like, "Oh, you got it's like a hip hop band or something." He was like, "Nigga, it's go go." I was like, "Go go." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, let me come to the." I'm talking about the same week. I went to rehearsal, and I was blown away. And when I got there, Jay Holiday was supposed to be doing a show with this band with EXO band,
Hmm.
and I thought I was gonna meet Jay Holiday. So I was like, oh, I was kind of excited. I was like, okay, I'm about to meet Jay Holiday, about to come through. But they end up switching it to another artist who was Sleepy Brown. Sleepy Brown is with the Outcast, right? And I know who Sleepy Brown is. I know he with the Dungeon Family, and organized noise and all of that type of stuff. So he came in to the rehearsal. I was like, hold on, that's Sleepy Brown. Like, hold on, like, what's going on? And the way he came in, it wasn't like, all right, what we doing? Like, who are y'all? He was like, all right, this how we gonna do it. And he was like, oh, into it. I was like, you into the go-go like that? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, this how we gonna do this. And okay, I can y'all doing it like that. Okay, boom, okay, though, it's gonna go great when I hit this. I'm like, oh man, the love that he was giving the band. I was like, this is special. Like y'all got Sleepy Brown down here, like co-signing and all of that type of stuff. I said, look, hey, I told I can, whatever hey, I'm trying to be down for whatever this little ride is. I'm trying to be down. And that happened a numerous of times where a national artist came into rehearsal and it was all love. Like it was no pretense. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm bigger than y'all, and yeah, I don't know what y'all gonna have to offer. Man, they was excited to do go go. They was super excited. So yeah, so I can got me into a whole go-go band down here, man, and they love what I bring to the table. They call me. Look, it's funny. They was without knowing my name. Like the owner and the guy who was running sound, they was like, "Hey, what's up with the professional?" They kept calling me the professional. Like, are y'all gonna get the professional for the next show? You know what I'm saying? Because how I was carrying myself on the stage and the things I was doing, they was like, "Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do right there." Yeah. So they was calling me the professional, and I came through and gave the flavor that I could give, man, and they was digging it, and I came in playing the cowbell for real, playing the cowbell and backing up and all that type of stuff. They had the singer and the lead rapper was a real rapper. He can rap, like I don't know what. So I just came in to kind of help out, man. So. But we end up going through so many members that a couple of people moved back home. So that's a story that we probably going to talk about a little bit too.
So, what's the name of the band?
The name of the band is EXO Band. That's the band that's out here in Atlanta. It's a go-go band out here called EXO Band. And If you yeah, I'm pretty sure if you Google go-go in Atlanta, something with XO Band is going to come up. So yeah, the band is called XO Band, and they have been operating in Atlanta since 1996. They've been
Okay.
operating out here in Atlanta. So and they're not the first band. They're not the first. There were other bands down here in Atlanta. They just broke up when it was time to go back home. They'd be a band while it's school time and all of that. Then in the summertime, everybody go home and and do their thing back home. But some of the guys from EXO band, they lived here and they stayed here. So they said, why don't we keep it going all year round? Not just when people in school or in the summertime. Let's keep things going all year round. And they've been keeping it going. It's been off and on, but they've been keeping things going for a long time.
Okay. So you went when you went there. The first band was EXO band because I know I moved there a little bit after Chief moved there too,
Right.
and
Uh,
you guys were playing with another band.
hmm So right. So yeah, the band that I came down and was shocked to hear that it was a go-go band down here. That was EXO band when I moved
Mhm.
down in 2006. But then EXO band, like I said, they every once in a while there'd be a break, and then everything they the owner get it back together again, and it'd be a break, and they get it back together. So during one of the breaks, um um Chiefy, I was begging Chiefy to move down. I was like, Chiefy, you got to move down here, man, because if we can put something together and show it and showcase it, it's gonna be like something they've never seen. I went to a partner, this is a side point. I went to this party one time to this club, and I was invited by this dude in a group called Thundercats. And it was a band that Dallas Austin had
Mhm.
put together this group called the Thundercats. One of the singers from the group asked me to come and check them out. I'm in this club, a nice size club too, um, and it's pretty packed. And the music that they were playing, people were going crazy. And I was like, this is not even moving me like that. I can't believe they are jumping around and going crazy for this. If they heard go-go, oh my goodness, the energy that go-go has. I said, oh, it'll be over. And this is before I bumped into I can't. This is before. So I've been begging Chiefy to move down to Atlanta, that whole time after that. And so when EXO had broke up, me and Chiefy got together with Kyrie from I heard that Kyrie from Northeast Groovers was down here. Chiefy called him up, and we all got on the phone with a couple of other people. Let me see, Kyrie, and I think that's the only people that we know. And then and I can. We got on the phone with I can and a few others or whatever, and we said, "Hey, let's go ahead and keep the go-go going. Let's keep the go-go going." So, um, well, my pitch to them was, well, I don't mind doing go-go, but I want to be an artist again. I want to rap. So I would love to have a band to back me while I'm rapping. You know what I'm saying? And of course, with the energy of go-go, I would love that. So they were like, all right, come on, let's yeah, do that. Do that then. So when we built the band, I was supposed to be a rapper in the band, and then we didn't have a lead rapper, so I ended up being the lead rapper, and I was doing the raps, and then I was like, well, let me share some of it and not be, not like Casey from Black Alley, where she doing everything. So let's get a singer, let's get another guy to rap and all that type of stuff. So we had couple of singers and a rapper, a dude named Hazik Ali, who was a dynamite rapper. He got some national stuff. He's a national artist as well. And we had him in the group, and that's where how that group started. So it was another go-go band out here in Atlanta, yeah, and I was a part of it at its conception, yeah.
Okay, and that band actually did a lot of good things too. I know when I moved down, the first show that I saw them play at was they had Bone Crusher, featuring
Hmm.
with them. So Ricky been
Yeah.
down there doing the thing, you know what I'm saying? And Chief has always done his thing. He moved down for a while. I actually moved down for a while. I
Hmm.
just moved because I wanted a different scene, but
Yeah.
and I felt comfortable because my brothers were there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um so yeah, so after you left that band and you're now back with XO.
Yep. I left. I ended up leaving that band. It wasn't going in the direction that we had all talked about. You know what I'm saying? Where it wasn't just being a go-go band. Like I wanted to do some for real rap and and then with the energy of go-go. So it wasn't there. So I kind of stepped away, and the manager or the owner of XO Band called me. He said, "Remember we used to do this song? It's called What Did I Say?" And I had wrote What Did I Say? I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I put some music to What Did I Say?" He said, "And I would love for you to like go ahead and put your raps on there and all of that type of stuff." I said, "All right, well, let me hear the song." I didn't know that he was as good as a producer as like 'cause, he was the owner and the Congo player in the band and the drummer in the band. And so he met me one day and played the song, and I was blown away. I was like, "You did all of this?" He was like, "Yeah." He did the whole track, the whole go-go track. Yeah, he did the whole joint by himself. I was blown away. I was like, "Yeah, let's put it down." I think I recorded it at Chibi House, if I'm not mistaken. No, no, I recorded it somewhere else. But I ended up recording the song, and because we were kind of back in cahoots, he was like, "All right, what's up with you trying to get everything back together again?" I was like, "Yeah." So he called a couple of people. I called a couple of people. I was like, "Hey, y'all available?" And we put XO back together. That's probably been about 5 years ago that happened. And XO been kind of continuously growing and doing this thing since then.
Okay. So before we go any further, I'm gonna play you have a video called Hot.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So
It
I
got
would
my
like
man.
to play. Huh?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Play that thing. I want to tell everybody be looking out for the special gems. It's a special sneak peek of Genghis in there. I got Winksy in there. I got Love DC Go Go in there. Miss Capri, Capri in there. 88 from Northeast Groovers is in there. Kyrie from Northeast Groovers is in there. So it's like a couple of little. If you pay attention, man, you're gonna catch a couple of little cameos in there, man. But yeah, yeah, hot.
Okay, so let it go. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen. I'll back this up and then I'm gonna share my screen. All right, y'all. Let me move that first. Okay, this is Hot.
Well, I hopped in my gear and slide out, hopped in my whip and ride out, hopped to this noon and try it out. Let me find out, share out, check me out. Well, I never bite the hand that feed me. Believe me, you need me when you see us throw the deuce and be easy. She a girl that was born in DC, raised in PG. Now everything's looking peachy. And man, we partied on Peachtree all the way to DMV. She be doing the most and they envy. A long way from home but getting the Geechee. Convo so deep like Nietzsche. And she be staying alive like the Bee Gees. And she far from sleazy. Don't think that she easy. She tough like Lil Riri. Cute like Karuchi. Her style is Louis LV. Mixed with some Gucci for real. That girl can get it. Get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Get it. Now watch her get it. Well, I hopped in my gear and slide out, hopped in my whip and ride out, hopped to this noon and try it out. Let me find out, share out. Look, now I done seen her drop with it, dip and rock with it. And she so yeah, she got these other girls marking it. Dancing heels, other girls can't walk in it. 6 inches, please, these for the fortunate. And when the band comes on, she's more than flaunting it. on with it. And plus, I got just as fly as she was. And I'm about that life. I'm about it more than P was. Man, she was oh, and a little harder than P was. And I was tripping cause she was getting it. Watch and see, cuz. That girl can get it. Get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Get it. That girl can get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Now watch her get it. That girl can get it. Will I hop in my whip and ride out?
All right. Let me take this down, y'all. Bring the cat back up here where we supposed to be at. That was
Hmm.
nice. And I didn't realize that it was all those people. And I paid attention this time because you said pay attention. I
Yeah, yeah.
did
Look, and
not know that.
I don't want to leave nobody out. So, like you said, stuff was popping back in when I was saying it. But like we had Stomp Dog on the drums. He's the drummer on the actual track. We had
Okay.
Stomp Dog on there. Of course, we had Chief Dog. Chiefy played some of the synthesizers and all of that on the track. So he was in the video. The Congo player from EXO Band was in there. We had Saki Maki, a Congo player.
I
He had a
saw him.
cameo in there. And DJ Frank White. DJ Frank White was in there as well, man. It was a few. I was looking at it just now. I was like, man, yeah, I forgot all these people was in there. So everybody showed love on that video.
Absolutely. That's tough. I need to make sure that. So, you guys make sure you go look for that. All you have to do is type in Ricky Angles with no space. You're going to find his page and you'll see Hop on his page. And make sure
Hmm.
you go subscribe to his page, please. Ricky Angles.
Hmm.
It is your YouTube is something else, like the original,
It's the Ricky Angles.
the Ricky Angles. So make
Yeah,
sure you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
go subscribe to his channel and go run those numbers up on that video. I like that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be playing that tonight when I'm on my live when I get off here because I owe TikTok jail time. It's like-
Wow.
so, all right. So you're playing with the band again. I guess one of these days I'll bring the band back, or maybe Chief can bring EXO on his show. Unless I missed that. Did I miss that already?
Nah, the band. I think we haven't done anything with Chiefy. I've been on a
Okay.
few interviews with the owner of EXO Band, which is the Congo player, but
Okay.
nothing. We haven't been on Chiefy show.
Okay. So we have to get you. We have to get you on the TV show. So I do have an announcement about the Chief and Go show. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Chief and Go now has a new sponsor officially.
Okay.
It will Madness, Universal Madness. So
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's
yay!
super dope. Yeah, that's super
So
dope. That is
we're looking
dope.
forward to that partnership. We're trying to work together with them on a few things actually. So they will be the official sponsor of Chief and Go.
Man, that's so dope, man. I hope,
So
yeah, shout out to my man Rick, man, over there at Madness, man. So that's real dope.
yes, definitely. I think he's watching too. So shout out, Brian. And he's quickly become my brother. Okay, shout out, bro. We all love you. No, really though.
And
I've
look, I'm
been
sorry. Look, and since I've been in Atlanta, I've been wearing Madness. I wear Madness hats to almost to 90% of my show. Anytime I pop out, I got a Madness hat on. Right now, I got on that Society 66. I apologize, Rick, and I also rocking my man Tarkan like he do the skateboarding. He do the skateboarding. He got a skateboarding brand, and he
mm,
got clothing and stuff like that. Tarkan. So Tarkan is the Mac with the black act. Do you remember the Mac with the black act?
no.
Okay, he used to come to potential practices.
Oh, he
He used to
did
be out. He used to be
in
the
my
ride.
house. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
should have.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I can't say that I don't remember him. I am old and my memory is shot. So sometimes I be saying no, I don't know them, but really
Yeah,
I do know them, and I just
yeah.
haven't. You know what I'm saying? I just don't remember their face.
Yeah,
So
you'll know him if you seen him. Yeah, yeah. The Mac with the black act. He got. I mean, well, he's Tarkan now, so you know what I'm saying. He got a nice clothing line. I love a lot of his stuff. He makes these skateboards. The board, how it looks, the design and all that type. Man, he be killing it with the designs. Look good.
wow, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll have to check them out. So, well, how do you think your childhood has shaped you to be the artist that you are? And don't mind me, y'all, I have to go get the plug to my computer. But how do you think that your childhood has shaped you to be the artist that you are today?
All right. Well, um, like I said, because I had such a musical family, um, you know, them just being around like and like I said, that not just my uncle played guitar, but my aunts play piano. I think all of my aunts play piano. You know what I'm saying? So, just having them do that, and then my mother, she really because I was a little not to be like trying to size it or nothing like that, but I was like a little advanced as a kid. And because I was advanced, they used to try to make me be in all these like these little shows and try to put me in these little talent things and all that type of stuff. So my mother pushed for me as a young kid. She pushed for me to do something in entertainment, whether it was singing or playing an instrument or something like that. So my mother really, what I'm saying, supported me. And like I said, we ain't play nowhere in 2 years, but she was she with me. Yeah, go to rehearsal, get it together, do that. So she definitely helped me in that area, and my environment, just being in growing up in DC. Our stars, the people that we looked up to, were people in go-go. Like it wasn't, of course we like LL Cool J, we like, Run DMC and I mean, a lot of people, KRS-One, you can think of all these people, but our stars were Funk and Sugar Bear and Bugs and Chris from Groovers and all that type of stuff. So my environment definitely molded me to be the guy that I am. I pull out a little bit of all of that, the Northeast Groover stuff and rare essence stuff and backyard stuff. All of that's a part of me. So when I do stuff, you can kind of feel, oh, that feel like a Donnell thing, or that feel like 32 would do that, or what I'm saying. So yeah, all of that helped mold me into who I am.
Okay, so back then when you were like, okay, let's say in potential band days, did you ever imagine that you end up like leading a band and becoming a recording artist?
hmm Um, you hoped for it. You know what I'm saying? I hoped that that's what would happen, but you know, I never saw it going where it ended up going. But I was hoping that it would. Like I was hoping that, yeah, we could really do something and yeah, because I even with potential, like you said, I felt like we could do something. We were talking some big game, like about doing stuff and being, on the top stages and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely felt like it could do something, but I didn't, you can never imagine that it'd be what it was or how
Right.
it was going to come to be. I didn't do that.
Okay. So throughout when you started in music to now, what do you think is the biggest lesson the music industry has taught you that you weren't expecting?
Oh, that's a really deep question and good one. Um, No, okay. What my biggest thing, and I say this to my guys all the time, to my close friends, man. Like you may think that you big, or you may think that you're doing some stuff, man, but you got to make people care. Nobody cares, man. Nobody can. Like they're not gonna be looking for your video and looking for your songs. Like I have songs on. on iTunes and all the platforms and stuff like that, people not running those numbers up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make them want to look you up. You gotta be present. You gotta be in their face. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on the what have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? Like even if I had stuff going on back in the day, they want to know what you've done for me lately. So
Mhm.
my thing is, if you want to do this, if you want to be an entertainer, you got to run it like you want to be an entertainer. You got to do all the things. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be times where you're going to be asked to do some stuff that's not going to give you the money, but it may give you the exposure. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
you have to be paying attention to your brand, your brand and what you're trying to do. What is this situation going to do for my brand? And how is this going to help? And never think that you're bigger than anybody or anything. Like what I'm saying, like give respect to everybody that's coming up to you and asking you questions. Like I have people that call me all the time, like, "Hey, my little brother rap. How could he?" And I'm not no manager or nothing like that, but I'll say is whatever whatever's going to be of help. I'll drop a jewel here and there, and like say, hey, make sure is he serious about this? Is he trying to do this? What does this look like? Who is this demographic? I be trying to help them to think, okay, it's possible, but you got to be on it. So
Right.
yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I learned that nobody cares. Like is they on to the next
Nobody
thing.
cares.
They are on to the next thing quick.
I mean, it's true though, and I hope all the artists that watch me every week and actually know me, I hope you guys
Hmm.
are taking heed to this. Some of you are new artists, some of you are not, but all of these things, experiences to me that everyone have, is all lessons that people need to learn. If especially if they're doing the same thing that Ricky is doing. If he's an artist, if you're an artist, if you're a musician or what have you, you need to know these things. So it's important. So
Hmm.
I have a question. It's a band question, and I'm asking because I really want to know.
Hmm.
Literally, I really want to know. How do you balance your ideas, your creativity with the ideas of the rest of your band?
Oh, now that's now, yeah. So if you if you're ever in a band or a group, you have to know it is like if you're in a group, I'm in a group of nine. Hey, everybody does not think the same. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it kind of goes back to we always talk about like the whole James Brown thing. You know what I'm saying? James Brown had a vision. Like he didn't know like the music terms and all that type of stuff. Like, everybody's seen the movie, like, does it feel good though? Like, I know that you saying that it won't work and this ain't blah blah blah, but does it feel good? Okay, let's go there. This is what I want y'all to do. This is the direction that we're going. This is what's going to help us get to whatever. Me feeling like I need to break down or whatever. So you have to have a leader in the band, somebody that you trust with the outcome of the band, but knowing that you have nine other people that have ideas, because even in the band, even in XO band right now, every single let me see, not every single person, not the singer. We have a girl singer. She's not a producer, but every single musician in the band is a producer. You know what I'm saying? So they all want to do, whatever they can. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people fall back on their ideas. A lot of people want more out of their ideas. And you just got to say, is it for the group? You know what I'm saying? Because some people want to do all covers, some people want to do all originals. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, like it comes to a lot of compromising too. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we're gonna do a couple of originals, but we're gonna throw in these covers as well. And so you just gotta when you bring somebody to the band and they trying to and they not just work for hire, y'all gotta discuss that. Like, all right, look, this is what the vision is. This was what I forgot what they call it in business, the something plan, but that not that motto. But yeah, but you gotta you have to be able to um kind of lead the situation and push it in a direction that you know that it's going to, or you, because no one knows, but you feel like it's going to be best for the group. Because no one know, and I'm like that. Like I know that there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I know that there's way more ways to do things that are not my way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always open to hear stuff, and we always try stuff. Even with the band that we have now, we're always trying something, and some stuff don't work. And this is the weird part, right quick. This is a side point. Sometimes what we'll do will work for a few weeks or months, but then it will stop working. You know what I'm saying? So then you got to kind of redraw stuff and do things a whole different way. So, it's real hard to keep everyone on the same page and keep everyone satisfied because everybody wants whatever they're a part of to be successful. But sometimes they may have to get their own band to be able to go in the direction that they want to go in. That's
Right.
kind of like a big thing right there too.
Okay.
Yeah, and that happens all the time. Like I say, XO band, we've had so many members, even since I've been there, and before me. There's always like a revolving door in XO band. There's always something like a special guest in there that works for a while, and then they can't be there no more. We've had so many different drummers, keyboard play, everything, keyboard players, guitar players, and they be superb. They do their thing, but they have their own groups. So when
Mhm.
they're doing their own thing with their own group. So when they come to EXO band, you know what I'm saying, they try to, all right, what you need me to do? Okay, I'm gonna do that for you. But sometimes people want their idea of their band to be a part of what you're doing, and a lot of times it don't work because they're not in the go-go world or the go-go genre. These people are from Carolina or from New York. We've had people from different parts of the country that's not from DC. You know what I'm saying? So the way that they think something should work, it may work where they came from or how they do it, but it's not going to work in go-go. You know, so certain songs that they be wanting to play, I'm like, "Nah, I don't think we can." You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to work if we do it, try to flip it a go-go way. But sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. So that's what I would say.
Okay. So I have two more questions for you, and then I'm not
All
gonna
right,
hold you up any longer.
all right, it's been
This has
great.
been a great interview, by the way.
Hmm.
So what is the most rewarding? What do you think your most rewarding experience about your career has been? Like, there was a time that like, God damn it, I made it. You know what I mean? Or when was that moment?
Um, of course, I've had a few. Earlier in my career. Okay, so earlier when Hucklebuck first came out, we played on this show with Pleasure Band, and we were all sitting. Pleasure Band and Hucklebucks arrived to the show in a van. It was the van for the company would take us to the show. We pull up at the show. All of these kids come running over to the van, and they asking for autographs, right?
Mhm.
So they want the autographs of all Pleasure Band. They not saying nothing to us. They want all of these Oh, can I get your autograph? Can I get your autograph? They're not asking none of us for autographs, right? And so when everybody left, kind of, what I'm saying, I was sitting back there, didn't give I ain't give not one autograph. What I'm saying, I was just sitting there, and everybody was on the bus or on the van, excuse me, at passenger van, and I was like, "Hey, how come they asked y'all for, like, we in the same vehicle? How come they asked y'all?" And I don't know if it was Charlie or Roy or somebody, some adult told me that they are recording artists. They are recording artists. When you become a recording artist and people know your stuff on the radio, stuff like that, then they're interested. They're not just interested because you're on the bus. You know what I'm saying? When you become a recording artist, that's what makes you interesting to these people. And sure enough, one day after the album was out, I ain't gonna say no names. Chiefy know this story real good, but we played at this spot. And we played with another band, a band that was bigger than us. And this little boy, little white kid, came into like our dressing room. Or not, it wasn't a dressing room. It was like a VIP section. He was like, "Oh, I want your autograph. I want your autograph." And he went to this person that everybody know and love in Go Go, and he was like, I like who you want me to sign it out to? He said, you know, you can fill it out to such and such and such and such. He said, so you play for the Hugger Bucks? He was like, nah, you want dude back there. He pointed to me or whatever. And so the little boy left him and came back there to me. It was like, okay, you put this, you know, can you say to Jody or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And that feeling of dang, yeah, I remember when that happened to me, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even a big dog, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that feeling was like, okay, yeah, I'm a recording artist. Like this is cool. They want our autograph. So that was like one of my stories. But I got a lot of stories like that.
All right, so I guess we'll get you to tell another one because my last question is, what is the funniest memory that you had at a show?
Oh my gosh. It's too many. It
All
is
right, give me
too many.
one.
But
Give me one.
but I'm gonna give you this one. Okay, so I'm at the Black Hole Celebrity Hall with the Black Hole performing. Right, we there on a Friday night, and the way the Black Hole is set up is it has this stage, and then you have a stage, but then on stage you have another stage. So it's like a double stage, and I think I would assume that second part of the stage would be for the drums and the congos and stuff like that to sit above where the keyboard players were set up, and then the front line was set up. And one night I was on the mic, and I felt my feet felt like I was at the edge of the stage, but I saw that it was way more stage in front of me. I forgot that it was like a double partition. My mind didn't say it's a double partition. So yeah, you see more, but it's not really more. And I'm literally screaming, it's time. And I run walk a little bit. I'm like, it's time. And like, it just fell like, it was like on my back. I was like, oh my gosh, now who saw that? Like I'm laying out flat on the stage, like on the second part of the stage, man. And of course, what made it worse, I think the band stopped and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I dipped. But
And the
but
band stopped and everything.
yeah, they stopped everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I stopped saying it's time. Like I feel like and hurt myself and everything. Like oh my gosh, I got to get up, man. So that's that part. But I want to say this one time. One of the biggest things that stood out to me in playing in Go Go. One day we was performing in Virginia. We was performing in Virginia, like deep Virginia, like past Kings Dominion, Virginia, and for some reason these big, them cornbread fed, dudes was out there like in the crowd and all that type of stuff. They were allowing us to run and jump off the stage and land on the crowd, man. It was like, so I understand why the white guys and stuff like that go jump the stage diving and all that type of stuff. It is exhilarating, and I got to do that like at a go-go. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, who does this at a go-go? We was running and jumping out. It was me and maybe one other person on the front line jumping out in the crowd. I did a couple times too.
He said,
Yeah,
I did it a couple times.
yeah, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, growing up around these guys was never a dull moment. When I tell y'all, we had some fun times, like, and they're still fun. They're all still funny, and they're still fun to be around. So I'm
Mhm.
lucky. Sorry, y'all. So anyway, Ricky, I appreciate you, bro, for coming through my show and sharing these stories. I know this is one of the best interviews that I've had in a while, and I think um
Oh,
I need to have you back because you have so
mm,
many other stories. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to bring you back here so you can share some of those stories, and maybe you can bring some of the band members with you. So if you
Oh,
guys are in
absolutely.
Atlanta or around Atlanta or you're close to Atlanta, make sure you go check out XO Band and make sure you guys follow this artist and make sure you support because he's a great artist and he has a great band. So I'm going to turn it
Hmm.
over to you and let tell people where they can follow you on social media.
Yeah. So you can find me. I'm Ricky Angles at everything's everything's put together. RICKYANGLES at everything. But on YouTube, like we were saying, I'm the Ricky Angles. And then on TikTok, what I'm saying, I'm kind of on there now. I am Ricky Angles 2. I think somebody else got my name before I got to it or whatever. So I'm Ricky Angles 2 on TikTok. So make sure that y'all come, yeah, Ricky Angles. If you're trying to find me and try to find my music, it's Ricky Angles at everything. And please support. We need the support. The community needs the support and to let y'all know, I'm letting Cookie know she's the first person I'm telling this to right now. I have I have three projects coming out. So I have a album that's about to come out next year. I have an album coming out, and I also have a series. It's a storytelling series that I'm about to do on YouTube. That's coming out. And of course, like Cookie said, it's a few documentaries. We got this documentary talking about how Go-Go came to Atlanta and how it kind of formed. And we got some banging people telling how that story went down. So be looking out for those projects too. Hopefully everything will be next year. Everything will be next year. I'm not sure about the documentaries yet, but yeah, so be looking out for me, y'all. Be looking for me. Follow me.
Okay, so I definitely know that a couple of new documentaries will be on our when we're going to be putting stuff on our Roku channel soon. So hopefully we can get some of those on there too. So
So
thank you so much for sharing that. So you guys make sure you look out for his album next year. You said next year, right?
yeah,
Okay.
next year.
So next year, make sure you look out for that and please y'all go subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can hit the little reminder button when he does come out with his storytelling series or whatever. Support the artists. You guys, I say this every show. We don't just interview the artists and let them go on about their business. And I said this my brother. Go follow him. They said I was a
That's
bully.
right.
They said I was a bully, bro. They said, am I a bully? He said, listen, all right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you coming on here, and we're gonna have you
Anytime.
back soon. As soon as your project is getting ready to drop, you
Hmm.
call your sister and let me know so I can get you back on here. Okay.
Bet. That's what's up. I will.
Thank you so much, bro. We enjoyed having you, and I swear I'm gonna go back and watch this. As you had some pretty funny stories, like the falling off the stage one. You picked the right story. I mean, I'm glad you weren't hurt, but that was funny
Right.
though.
Right.
So thank you, bro. You have a good night. Tell every the family I said hello, especially mom. Tell her I said hello.
I
Um,
definitely will.
and we will see you soon.
All right.
All right. So that was Ricky Angles. Please, guys, I'm serious now. I'm not trying to bully nobody, but go subscribe to his YouTube page. Or I'm gonna be looking for you. Seriously, I'm gonna be looking for you. Go subscribe to his page. Go subscribe to Chief and Go. Go subscribe to Go Go Loops. Go to subscribe to me. Go subscribe to everybody that's part of my team that has a YouTube page because we about to blow. Just letting you know. All right. So, anyways, I have a couple of announcements before I get off here because I need to go to sleep. I have not slept really well in like 4 days or so. So I look like I'm okay, but I'm not okay. Okay. So the first announcement is this month, the 23rd of December, Lux Radio is having a virtual Christmas concert. It's going to be much like the fundraiser concert that we had on last Friday, but with not as long and with some great artists and like I said, maybe some other entertainment. So You will not see a whole lot of different hosts and things like that. I'm not going to be hosting this event. I will be there, and maybe on the screen a time or two. But we are going to have some great performances and great little things lined up for you. I'm not going to tell you what, but we have some things. We have some special things lined up for you. So please look out for us ladies, the Lux ladies. It's only four of us. It's Ray, Ask Ray, Mel B, Mel B, and Gemini Goddess and myself. We will be um, facilitating the Christmas concert, and hopefully, I can get my brother Chief in those comments to be a part of it too. We're gonna talk to him later. So we have not finalized the artist, the performance, or the performances or anything, but we will be updating that soon, so we'll know who is going to be there and maybe some special guests. I do know that there is one special guest already, so um, make sure you tune in on December 23rd. I'm going to lift the registration so that everyone can just watch the show on any platform. It was supposed to be a concert and only on our website, but I'm going to lift that so that you can watch it anywhere like you watch the show. And thank you. Oh, there goes up. Bless up, Universal Madness. Bless up yourself. Bless up. And then Chief, we'll talk later about some things or whatever. I appreciate he said cookie cutter. And that's why they call me Slice. I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. So make sure you tune into the concert and make sure that you look forward to a lot of great things coming. And we're going to shout out our sponsor for Chief and Go again today, who's also doing some other partnership stuff with Lux Radio. So we're shouting out Universal Madness, and we're shouting out our other sponsors, which are RAS Herbals. And RAS Herbals sells sour sop leaves, guava leaves, fever grass, all kinds of things like that, which I need to get off of here and go drink some of that tea. And we have Caloraine candles. She makes beautiful candles. Some of them to me are literally look too pretty to light. So they look like this. So Caloraine candles, and then we also have Bello Burn hot sauce. And Bello Burn hot sauce, I'm gonna put his website across here because when I say y'all need to go right now and order some hot sauce, I've been trying like a whole lot of different hot sauces because I'm a hot sauce person and I'm real picky about hot sauce. So like the one I have now is too salty. I'm never gonna finish using that. And but his hot sauce is just different. It's flavorful. It's not too salty. Um, and it's the right heat level. He has 3 different ones. He has a jalapeno lemon pepper, or maybe I said that backwards. Lemon pepper jalapeno. I don't know, but he has that, and that's the lowest heat one. And then he has an original, and then he has a kill switch, and that is the one that I order all the time. So his website is down below here, going across the screen. Go get you some hot sauce if you do like hot sauce. And also on December 23rd, we will be doing a giveaway and connection with Universal Badness. So I'll see you guys later. And thank you for watching. So next week I have KC from Junkyard Band. I'm just whittling through all the people in the DMV. So we'll look out for him. So KC, the singer from Junkyard Band, will be joining us next week. And I've also known him for a very long time. So this should be another interesting interview. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you tune into Mel B's Morning Kickstart every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you tune here to Kick Back with Cookie every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Women Unscripted. I am also a host on that show. So make sure you tune in. We kind of just dissect a topic. And I don't know what the topic is right now for tomorrow, but we dissect the topics, and then a panel of women just kind of break break down, give their thoughts on the topic. It's a very interesting show, and it's very unfiltered and unscripted. Trust me. So then we have Chief and Go on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He has a very special guest this Thursday, so make sure you tune in. And he has a lot of great things to talk about, from what I understand. And I'm going to be tuned in myself because I want to hear that. I want to hear this. Um, and on Fridays we have Live and Learn with Gemini Goddess, and her first guest will be Mel B. So this is going to be a great. It is a great show. It is also a great guest she has for her return on Friday. So also on Friday nights we have Peace Podcast at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Snatched and Savage with Lady O. So make sure you guys tune in. You can tune in whatever way you tuned into this show, you can tune into those shows. I appreciate you all. I look forward to seeing you guys at the concert, and I'm going to let this go as my outro because I don't have an outro, bro. Here we go, though.
Yeah.